Welcome to Principles of Management. This lecture is covering Chapter 10, Managing Teams. The learning outcomes include explain the good and the bad of using teams, summarize the different kinds of teams, identify the general characteristics of work teams, and outline the steps enhancing work team effectiveness. Work teams consist of a small number of people with complementary skills who hold themselves mutually accountable for pursuing a common purpose, achieving performance goals, and improving interdependent work processes. Teams are becoming more important in many industries because they help organizations respond to specific problems and challenges. Companies are making greater use of teams. Teams do come with some advantages, such as they improve customer satisfaction, provide service quality, speed, and efficiency in product development, employee job satisfaction, and decision-making. Using teams does not guarantee positive outcomes. Teams have several disadvantages. Teams initially have high turnover. Social loafing occurs when workers withhold their efforts and fail to perform their shares of the work. In groupthink, members of highly cohesive groups feel intense pressure not to disagree with each other so that the group can approve a proposed solution. Team decision-making takes considerable amount of time, and team meetings can often be unproductive and inefficient. Minority domination occurs if just one or two people dominate team discussions, restricting considerations of different problem definitions and alternative solutions. Team members may not feel accountable for the decision and actions taken by the team. Teams should be used when there is a clear, engaging reason or purpose for using them. Teams should be used when the job can't be done unless people work together, and teams should be used when rewards can be provided for teamwork and team performance. Companies can use teams to make themselves more competitive. The amount of autonomy possessed by a team is the key difference among teams. Autonomy is the degree to which workers have the discretion, freedom, and independence to decide how and when to accomplish their jobs. From the smallest amount of autonomy to the most autonomy, teams can be classified as the following. Traditional work groups. A group composed of two or more people who work together to achieve a shared goal. Employee involvement groups. Team that provides advance or makes suggestions to manage concerning specific issues. Semi-autonomous work groups is a group that has the authority to make decisions and solve problems related to major tasks of producing a product or service. Self-managing teams, a team that manages and controls all the major tasks of producing a product or service. And self-designing teams, a team that has the characteristics of self-managing teams, but also controls team design, work tasks, and team membership. Companies are increasingly using several other kinds of teams that can't easily be categorized in the terms of autonomy. Depending on how these teams are designed, they can either be low or high autonomy teams. These include cross-functional teams, which are intentionally composed of employees from different functional areas of the organization. Virtual teams, which are groups of geographically or organizationally dispersed coworkers who are a combination of telecommunication, information technologies to accomplish an organizational task. And project teams are created to complete specific tasks, usually a one-time project or tasks within a limited time. This slide shows some tips for managing teams, including established clear expectations for communication. Make sure you have established goals. Make sure you set boundaries. Assign employees who have many outside obligations to teams. Ensure the team members have access to technology. Facilitate face-to-face communication. Ensure the task is meaningful to the team. And when you're building virtual teams, solicit volunteers as much as possible. Make sure that people want to be a part of that team. Understanding the characteristics of work team is essential for making teams an effective part of an organization. Characteristics include team norms, team cohesiveness, team size, team conflict, and stages of team development. Over time, teams develop norms, which are informally agreed on standards that regulate team behavior. Norms are valuable because they let team members know what is expected of them. Studies indicate that norms are one of the most powerful influences on work behavior because they regulate everyday actions that allow teams to function effectively. Team norms are often associated with positive outcomes such as strong organizational commitment, more trust in management, and stronger job and organizational satisfaction. Norms can also influence team behavior in negative ways. Cohesiveness is the extent to which the team members are attracted to a team and motivated to remain in it. What can be done to promote team cohesiveness? Make sure all the team members are present at team meetings and activities. Create additional opportunities for teammates to work together by rearranging work schedules and creating common workspaces. Engage in non-work activities as a team can help build cohesion. Make employees feel that they are part of the organization. The relationship between the team size and performance appears to be curvilinear. For most teams, the right size is somewhere between 6 and 9 members. A team of this size is small enough for the team members to get to know each other, for each team member to have an opportunity to contribute in a meaningful way to the success of the team. At the same time, the team is large enough to take advantage of team members' diverse skills, knowledge, and perspectives. Conflict and disagreement are inevitable in most teams. The key to dealing with team conflict is not to avoid it, but rather make sure that the team experiences the right kind of conflict. C-type conflict is cognitive conflict, which focuses on problem-related differences of opinion and improves team performance. A type of conflict or affective conflict, which refers to the emotional reaction that occurs when disagreements become personal rather than professional, often results in hostility, anger, resentment, distrust, cynicism, and apathy. Conflict is reduced by using cognitive conflict to address problems in a manner and where to minimize occurrences of effective conflict. To have good fight, work with more information, develop multiple alternatives to enrich debate, establish common goals, inject humor, maintain a balance of power, and resolve issues without forcing sentences. As teams develop and grow, they pass through 4 stages of development. The first stage is forming, in which the team members meet each other, form initial impressions, and begin to establish team norms. The second stage is storming, characterized by conflict, disagreement, in which team members disagree over what the team should do and how it should do it. Norming is the third stage, in which team members begin to settle into their roles, group cohesion grows, and positive team norms develop. The fourth and final stage is performing, in which the performance improves because the team has matured into an effective, fully functioning team. Without effective management, its performance may start to deteriorate. Teams decline and pass through 3 stages. Denorming, a reversal of the norming stage in which the performance begins to decline as the size and scope, goal, or members of the team change. Destorming is a reversal of the storming phase in which the team's comfort level decreases, team's cohesiveness weakens, and anger, emotions, and conflict may flare. Deforming is the reversal of the forming stage in which team members position themselves to control pieces of the team, avoid each other, and isolate themselves from team leaders. Companies can increase the likelihood that the team will succeed by carefully managing and setting the team goals and priorities, and how the work team members are selected, trained, and compensated. Setting specific goals for the team clarifies team priorities by providing clear and focused purpose. One increasingly popular approach is to give teams stretch goals. Stretch goals are extremely ambiguous goals that workers don't know how to reach. 4 things must occur for stretch goals to effectively motivate teams. Teams must have high degree of autonomy. Teams must be empowered with control of resources. Teams need structural accommodations, and team needs bureaucratic immunity. It is almost impossible to have an effective work team without carefully selecting people who are suited for teamwork or for working on a particular team. Study shows that job satisfaction is high in teams when team members prefer working with others. A focus on teamwork, individual collectivism, team level, and team diversity can help companies choose the right team members. Organizations that create work teams often underestimate the amount of training required to make teams effective. Members of work teams receive training in several areas: interpersonal skills, decision making and problem solving, conflict resolution skills, technical training, and leadership. When people first get put into team-based organizations, they really bulk at being paid for how well the team does. Employees can be compensated for team participation and accomplishments in three ways: skill-based pay, gain sharing, and non-financial rewards. As always, thank you for taking the time to listen to this lecture. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.